Hello, good morning students. In today's video, we will complete the very interesting poem The Duck and the Kangaroo, and it is composed by famous poet for writing children name is Edward Lear. As it is written here, it's a humorous poem and it's of specific kind. We call it nonsense poem or nonsense verse. So nonsense verse actually is poem or a verse where we use kind of huge sounding words that sounds very high but has actually no specific reference or meaning to the context. So it makes the spirit of the poem humorous but nonsense. So this is all about it. Now let's start. In this poem there are two friends, the duck and the kangaroo, and they are about to set out on a long pleasure trip. The kangaroo, though happy to carry the duck all the way on the tip of his tail, is actually worried of something. Wary of means just worried of that duck's unpleasant wet feet. So how they make the deal, how they make comfortable each other, how they make it possible to make a journey across the globe. Let's enjoy. Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Good gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too. All if you never would stop. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in the world beyond. I wish I could hop like you," said the duck to the kangaroo. So we'll enjoy reading this stanza again to make the rhyming scheme. You all are requested to have a pencil and mark out the rhyming scheme, then I will tell you. Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Good gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too, as if you never would stop. My life is a bow in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in the world beyond. I wish I could hop like you," said the duck to the kangaroo. I hope you must have done it. So the rhyming scheme will be, if you give it A, kangaroo, then 2 again A, and hop is hop B, stop B. So it will be A, B, A, B. A, B, A, B. Now it's again different sound. So it will be C, pond, beyond, C, C. And finally it will be like you, kangaroo, 2. So again it will be A, and again kangaroo A. So it is A, B, A, B, C, C, A, A. A, B, A, B, C, C, A, A. So this is a regular pattern we are following in this poem. Now let's understand. So once the kangaroo said to the duck said to kangaroo that, "Oh God, God gracious, how you hop," means you hop wherever you go, you hop so beautifully. So he is filled with exclamation. Over the fields, you hop over the field and water also. And it seems as if you would never stop. You would cover this world just in 2 or 3 days. My life is a bore means duck is saying that his life was bore in that nasty means bad, not good. That is not a good point, and he is bore in such a small pond. So he wanted to have a trip, he want to go beyond, and he is longing to, he is pining for, wishing to go out in the world beyond. Next he says, "I wish I could hop like you." And he wished if he could hop, jump, hop like him. But actually, he could not do so. That is why only he is hoping, wishing to. And this all request pleadings were put by Duck in front of his friend Kangaroo. In the second stanza, again, you can make out your rhyming scheme. back quack kangaroo through. So it is again A B A B. Lee C again C C do kangaroo again A. Rhyming scheme is same. Please give me a ride on your back, said the duck to the kangaroo. I will sit quiet and say nothing but quack the whole of the long day through, and we would go to the D and the Jolly over the land and over the sea. Please take me a ride, oh do, said the duck to the kangaroo. Now he put his request, please give me a ride. He requested him to take him also on a ride on his back. But kangaroo said, I would still quite still. Oh, sorry, duck said again. Duck put just to more polite wordings, flattery, he added these two lines that he promised that he would sit very quietly on his back. He would not disturb him, he would not tickle him. And he said that he would say nothing, but as that is in his inbuilt nature, one cannot change it, he would say quack out of joy. Quack is actually the ducklings and duck, they make the sound that is quack. So he said when he will be feeling joy, overjoy, definitely the quack term will come out of his mouth. So he will say only quack, he would say nothing, he will not disturb him, bother him. Now, the whole of the long day through, and we would go to the D and the Jellybo Lee. So D and Jellybo Lee have nothing to do with this poem actually here, but these are actually places and the names are quite different. While pronouncing them, reading them, it gives us a different sound and similar to the rhyming scheme. So this is why we say nonsense poem. So these wordings are just to make we happy because we pleasure, humorous when we read these words. So these may be these places which the duck longing to go there. So he said that they would go through a long journey and they would go these places to D and Jellybo Lee. And where they would go, their plan of action is they would go over the land and over the sea. Wherever they find place to find pleasure, they would go. Please take me a ride, oh do, said the duck to the kangaroo. So he again urged, requested to his friend to take him on a pleasant ride. Now, said the kangaroo to the duck, this requires some little reflection. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. And there seems but one objection, which is, if you will let me speak so bold, your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold, and would probably give me the rue. Mattis, said the kangaroo. So the kangaroo is happy because kangaroo said this requires some little reflection, and reflection means thinking. He said, okay, I should take you on ride or not, let me think over it. So it requires some thinking, thoughtful thinking. And then after thinking he said, perhaps on the whole, just in total, in all, taking you on ride may bring me luck. So it is again a nonsense line here, we can say humorous line, that the idea of this superstitious idea of taking someone on his back and it will bring some luck for him actually makes us laugh. So he thinks that perhaps taking you on my ride on my back bring luck for him. And there seems but one objection, and he says that there seems one objection, and that objection is, what is the problem? The only problem is that he says, if you let me speak so boldly, your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold. And definitely duck is in a habit of living in water, so his feet are wet and cold and he is not affected by this. But the kangaroo definitely will not find it comfortable. So he said that your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold and would probably give me rheumatism. So it's rheumatism. So wrong spelling is used here. So we this liberty of using different spelling or different little change in the spelling is called poetic license. So the figure of speech in last line, last two lines is poetic liberty, because the liberty with poet, because the spelling of rheumatism is not this. The spelling of rheumatism is RHEUMATISM, but it is written rue and matis, so different spelling. And second reason to make it likewise is to make the rhyming scheme okay. Rue means kangaroo, so the rhyming scheme will be in last two lines a like this. So this is to make rhyming scheme. So rheumatis. So again, this line is very humorous line. This one animal called kangaroo thinks that his wet and cold feet can cause kangaroo rheumatism, a disease related to bone. So this is again humorous line. So he put his fear in front of him, and otherwise he was ready to take him. Said the duck as I sat on the rocks. I have thought over that completely. And duck is also prepared. He is all ready with all preparedness. So he said, as means the time when I sat on the rock before meeting to you, I have also thought on this. I also means that duck thought a lot on this, that he also take very good care of his friend, that his journey should not cause any problem to his friend. So this thoughtful label of these two friends is actually very impossible, seems impossible, and actually add humor to our poem and reading. That's why I call it nonsense poem. I have thought over this completely, and I bought 4 pairs of worsted rock socks. And what did he say? See his preparedness. He said that he purchased 4 pairs of worsted socks, means spongy kind of socks, good quality socks he had with him, so that if you will wore it these, it will not cause any cold and wetness to his friend kangaroo, which fit my web feet neatly. And his feet are web feet, everyone know. And he purchased only specific kind of socks which are fit to his web feet very properly. And the impact is, and it will not actually cause him wet. And to keep out the cold, second thing, duck also had prepared something to make their journey just enjoyable trip. So he said, to keep out means to make the cold away, so that will not catch cold. He had something else. Cold, I have bought a clock, and every day a cigar will smoke. So he had also a clock. Clock means a kind of a robe, a long robe, clothings. So he had a clock also with him. Jacket we can say, or sweater we can say, but actually it never means jacket. It means a long clothing, long robe. So he had all, and his this good preparedness actually gives us very humorous idea. And moreover, he says that every day a cigar will smoke. And he said that I will means he will smoke a cigar, so that his cold will be away. Maybe he believes that cigar would away the cold. And to allow my own dear true love of a kangaroo. And this all he did because he loves kangaroo, and he took all the care of his friend kangaroo's careness. That's why he arranged all these arrangements. So he says that I have arranged all these things just for your love, because my dear, I truly love you, that is kangaroo. Now, said the kangaroo, I am ready. All in the moonlight pale, but to balance my well, dearest duck, sit steady. And quite at the end of my tale. So away they went with a hop and bound, and they hopped the whole world 3 times round. And who so happy, oh who, as the duck and the kangaroo. So again you can read it like a song very beautifully, because see there is a very proper regular rhyming scheme, very beautiful rhyming scheme. Said the kangaroo, kangaroo said, I am ready. So now kangaroo was ready with all these conditions to take him, and they started their journey in a moonlit pale. Pale means yellow color. It was a yellow color night outside, out of moonlight. So they started their journey. And he said one thing, but to balance me well, kangaroo said to duck that to balance him well, dear duck, you need to sit steady, sit firm on his tail. He is requested to sit firm, because out of joy, out of pleasure, enjoyment, maybe he would start, dancing. So he asked him to sit steady, means firmly on the tail. And quite at the end of the tale, he was asked to sit so that he will not speak much and not disturb the kangaroo more. Fine. So these are very wonderful ideas of these all do both people. So they went with a hop and bound. Hop and bound means again jumping. Hopping and bound means again bound, jump. So they jumped. They started jump, means kangaroo jumped. That is known for his jumping. So they hopped and bound. And they hopped the whole world 3 times round. It's hyperbole in this sentence. We can say hyperbole. How it is hyperbole? They covered the complete whole world 3 times. So this is quite impossible, it seems, but in the poem, in the imagination, it is done. So we can call it hyperbole. And so happy these both were, duck and the kangaroo. So this way they completed their journey and they made 3 rounds. It is again hyperbole and humorous. So kangaroo does not want to catch rheumatism, fine, and he took his friend duck took very care of his friend, and he arranged cigar, clothings, and worsted socks. So these wonderful ideas actually add to humor. Fine. So this poem is very humorous one and make us laugh also. And similarly, there is a very good uh, message also. The message is that being a friend, one should take care of others' desire also. And when someone is taking your desires care, it's your prime responsibility to take care of his comfort as well. As like the duck followed all the conditions, being quiet, sitting at the tail end of the tail, not speaking much, sitting firm, steadily on the tail, and he arranged socks and all so that his friend kangaroo would not get a problem, disease called rheumatism. So, along with humor, this poem has a very happy message. I hope you must have enjoyed it. Read this poem again, understand well, and please note down the difficult words, find them out, practice your NCERT exercise. Thank you.